I got my PhD at MIT in the Aeroastro department, and I worked on technology for 3D geometry, which was used for design and analysis. And about 2 years ago, when the low-cost virtual reality devices started coming on the market, we saw an opportunity to take that technology platform that was developed at MIT over 10 plus years of research and use that as a foundation to build the iQ3Connect collaboration platform. So my research was in turbomachinery and designing very complex turbomachinery geometry. So these are blades that have very twisted and complex surfaces, and that led me to understand 3D geometry and 3D CAD and how those things connect to enable me to design these complex shapes that are used in aircraft engines, and that was then formed some of the basis for the later technology that we're using in iQ3Connect. Virtual reality has been in the engineering space for almost 2 decades. And these are very complex, they take up almost entire rooms, and they have been used to solve engineering design problems. But the challenge has always been that they require very specialized expertise to use these systems, and they're extremely expensive. And while they're providing a lot of value to solving engineering problems, they are very limited in the way that engineers can use them in their day-to-day design processes. And that's where we saw an opportunity to allow 3D product designs to be brought into, to make them more accessible so that an engineer can simply use that right from their desktop to engage in rather than just looking at 2D possibilities, look at the exact 3D design and understand it at the same scale as it would look as you would see it in the real world. So, for example, an engine, if you look at it on your laptop screen, you really can't tell how big it is. But in a virtual reality system, you can see it at its actual scale. So you could actually walk into the nacelle of an engine and then go in between the blades and understand the complexity in a way that is not possible on a 2D a desktop screen or even a large 2D screen. And so that completely transforms the way engineers can work and collaborate during their product engineering processes. So I'm an engineer, and my task is to maybe do a design review on a new product that has been released. And what I might do is, say, create PowerPoints of that, take screenshots of that 3D model, or invite somebody to a WebEx. But now with iQ3 on my desktop, what I could do is essentially schedule a VR meeting and invite my colleagues, and maybe they're in India or Japan, and say, hey, I need to review this 3D design with you, and set up a time and then just basically enter a 3D meeting just like a WebEx. And when I'm in there, I'm actually sharing a completely 3D workspace with them. So imagine I'm stepping into a common workspace and I don't ever have to leave my desktop. And I can then work directly on the 3D geometry and engage with my team members who may be globally located, identify problems, make changes to the design, mark it up, and essentially complete a design review that I would have done maybe with a PowerPoint or WebEx. But now I can do that much more efficiently and quickly in a virtual reality space, and reduce the number of errors that might occur with some of the other conventional tools. If I'm doing it with a larger team, Typically what happens is that during a product design, the initial prototype design might be released, and then I might be part of a cross-functional team that has to validate that design and various aspects of that design, all the way from the way the parts fit together to can I reach a specific part, and how am I going to access it, and how am I going to manufacture it. So all these questions have to be answered by different teams, and what iQ3 enables is all those teams to come together in a real-time 3D environment so that they can actually work much more efficiently and quickly to resolve problems and essentially get on the same page. And what this avoids is the need for people to travel. So instead of scheduling a travel or trying to find availability of people, the virtual meeting space can make that a far more quicker and easier process for everyone, and save a lot of time in the engineering in the design review process.